Tony done with her crime life? Has LaBrittany ever cheated on her man? Is Stormy this sweet little lady?
You.
I don't think so.
My grandmother thinks I'm a hoe.
It's about to go down. Notorious queen.
What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Give me anything. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, more. Come on, shake, come on, give me anything. Hey, big girls like to do the round, fat girls like to do the round. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing. Fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
But you like that girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it easy. Fat girl just shake it, don't speak. Big girl, let me see you do it stick. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, back down. Drop me and get down. Rock it out, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl is like it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake, see you rip through what? On the web press, hard part two. Lips and out, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Fat girl like to do the round. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Hey, 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 more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 more hey. Big girls like to do the round. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now listen to this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, part 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl know that happen, don't quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, Unc Luke like it off the net. Fat girl bring crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot right, come to the night stage. I really shit get the dead in the way I cheat. But fat girl show the boss a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the down. Let you out, let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not a fair virus. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings is so up. You look a mess.
Ladies and
and gentlemen, we are here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. My man Streeter right over there. And yours too, we had to give y'all a little video. We had to let them see a little video, Streeter. Let them get their mind right with some big girls because it's cool out here. You need a big girl in your life, right?
It is cold. It is cold out here, man. What was that? Doodoo Brown 2024. What was the name of that song, bro?
Come on, man. We got stuff in the vault, Streeter. That we just keep it in the vault, baby. I mean, you know, we got all kind of stuff. We got videos, we got movies, we got content, we got old stuff, we got new stuff. You know, it don't get old. I mean, seeing fine girls on the beach, it don't get old. It's the same thing. A bikini is a bikini. 2024, 1964, 76. It's the same thing. Bikini, ass, and tits.
No, interesting. No, you said it doesn't get old. That's one of the things I use when I talk about gender wars and we're getting in all of that. Like, to a man, a beautiful woman, that never gets old. Like you can see it over and over again, different colors and different sizes, and it never gets old. And I guess that's just the attraction. You know what I'm saying? When we were talking about genders and all this shit, because you know we're trying to mix everything up today. And I can't.
Yeah, I mean the only thing changed from back in the days, it was the little skinny, bony white girls that the white guys liked, and then we always liked ass, tits, lips, and then the white girls upgraded their game and said, "Hey, we want to get us some ass and some tits," and that's when the Botox came in, and then and then the white boys started liking girls with ass and tits because they started gravitating to the sisters. And so the white girls are like, hold on, wait one motherfucking minute. And then they see J-Lo getting all these Ben Afflecks and Puff Daddies and all them of the world. So they were like, hold on, we got to step our shit up, and get us some ass and tits. And so they started getting to the gym and doing the squats, going to Dr. Miami, getting them some shots, going to the gym, doing them squats, going to Dr. Miami to get some shots. Hey.
Man, I remember when I went to the military, man, and I had left Miami. I had never really been around like white people. In Miami, you stay in your own little circle. I didn't know how to look at white girls. I didn't know how to gauge them. Like I didn't know I was looking for the same things that I was looking in the black girls: big butts, hips, curvy. And I didn't know how to rate them. You feel me?
I'm still nervous of white girls. I mean, right now I got a white girl from Canada who loves me to death. She texts me in the morning, "Good morning. I miss you." It's like, what did you miss? We didn't have a sexual encounter. I'll be there because she comes here and stays for 6 months out of the year, and I met her, and I can't wait to see you. Things like that. Mind you, then I have a black girl text me and be like, "What you doing, motherfucker?" It's like, why the fuck you didn't call me up? And then I'll be like, you got the wrong type of guy. And so, I'm nervous of the white girl. I never slept with a white girl, never been with a white girl. And I talked to this white girl, but with no intentions of doing anything, but she got all the intentions in the world. Her thing is she gonna get me, which I'm a little nervous, Street. I'm gonna be honest.
Luke, you trying to tell you're inner Dr. Umar or some shit, bro? You've never been with a white girl before? After you toured the whole world, right? You've been in some crowds where it probably was all white people out there.
A lot of crowds of white people. I mean,
you trying to tell me you've never been with Luke trying to tell me in awesome shit. What's going, bro?
I've not been with a pink toe. I've been with a Latino woman who looked white.
That's not
and
white,
that was
no.
like one time, but I straight white girl. I don't know. I thought it was a white girl in Kentucky probably 17 years ago to Derby weekend. And it was 2 of them in the bed, Streeter. And they, you know, they had color on them. And I was assuming that they were, you know, but I try not to remember those type of things because they were Spanish. I'm a firm believer. So I'm still a virgin when it comes to.
I done seen you pull white girls on stage. I done seen you pull white girls on stage. That's hard in the comment section, y'all. Y'all think y'all what y'all think? Y'all think Luke telling the truth, dog? Like he been with no white girl, like he done had access to every he done been all across the country, all across the world doing shows.
Well, I mean, I figure like this. When it comes to the sisters, you got light, bright, damn near white, chocolate, caramel. You got all the flavors in the world. You feel me? So to go and get a, you know, I don't discriminate. I'm okay with everybody who, you know, interracial relationships. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I have no issues, no problems with that. But when it comes to me, you know, I guess I'm a little old school. I'm still scared of the white girls. I mean, one white girl told me one time, yeah, I'm gonna treat you like you ain't never been treated before. You ain't gonna have to worry about me nagging you, upsetting you. I'm gonna be submissive. I'm gonna take care of you. And I'm gonna give you the best head you ever had. And there ain't gonna be no problem. Head when you come home, head when you get in the car. And I'm like, oh Lord.
And you said she said all that, and you did what? You walked away? You say, nah.
I think she traumatized me. She really traumatized me. And I walked away. I walked away because that was a little too much. She was coming on a little too aggressive. Somebody say Dr. Umar will be proud of me. Man, listen, I ain't worried about Dr. Umar being proud of me, young, because I guarantee Umar probably got a bunch of snow bunnies. You know, when you say you don't like girls, that means white girls really trying to come get you. And I'm pretty sure Umar done got him some white girls.
So you think that could be an act, Umar?
Yeah, it's an act. Umar, Dr. Umar, I'm pretty sure has had his run-in with the snow bunnies. You know, when you talk trash about anybody, right? When you say all these things about that attracts people to you, because now they want to shot at the title. Now they want to convince them. Now they want to conquer something. We're creatures that want to conquer. We want to climb the mountain. We want to bungee jump with no strap. We want to jump out of airplanes. We want to go and tackle, you know, King Kong and fight Godzilla. You know, we're thrill seekers. So when a guy sits up there on a consistent basis and talk about the snow bunnies, that's a prize. If one of them snow bunnies could get a hold of him, and I'm pretty sure they came after him and grab him and put them clamps on him, they feel like they've conquered something, Streeter. I mean, you know, you like that. When you was in the military, you went in and said you weren't going to get them white girls, and them white girls got a hold of you, and what happened?
That's funny. That's where it started at, though. That's where it started. But that's crazy that you say that. So you saying that, hey, man, I don't mess with black girls. I don't mess with white girls. Will attract them to you.
Yes, it's automatic. Every time I tell a white girl that, she go harder. She goes hard. I got one white girl finer than a mother scratcher on that be DMing me on one of my social media pages. I don't want people to get it, you know, start doing their little research and trying to figure out who is who and what is what. But on one of my, this fine white girl, man, I was with a sister the other day sitting down having a drink, just, you know, friendly drink. And she came up behind me and I was like, hello, how you doing? And she was like, oh, what brings you around here? I hope it's me. And their sister was like, man, what if I was dating you? That would be very forward. And I was like, I'm trying to hook up to my friend, William Joseph. See, William Joseph former Hurricane, first round draft pick, the New York Giants. He liked white girls. That's all. He's my alter ego of sexing and dating white girls. You know, we hang out and he get the white girls and I get the black girls. And so he's in love with her. I told her, look, I'm gonna have William call you, and she was like, no thanks.
Yeah. I mean, the first one I had was in the military. I was in the military. I was in the military, and I was working. It was when I was in North Carolina, and I was working for Pepsi, man. And we was like in Wilmington, North Carolina. I think it was in Wilmington, somewhere around there. And her dad still didn't like black people, bro. Like her dad was still racist.
Really?
Yeah. And her dad still didn't like black people. I was probably 20, 21, 22 years old. But I don't know. The fact that her dad didn't like black people was kind of gratifying.
Yeah, you felt like you was conquering something. You feel like you was having sex with the slave master daughter. You was like, I'm gonna spank this ass. I'm gonna spank this white ass for all the oppression, all the whips that y'all put on us, all the hate that your daddy got. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Spank this ass.
Your dad can see me now. I used to always be like, man, if I ever fall out with this, man, I'm putting these pictures right in daddy's mailbox.
Hey, Shorty. You talking about I'm banned in Toledo, Ohio. I'm sorry. I have a friend in Toledo, Ohio, a lady friend that's very much in love with me, and I might make her the first lady. So I'm not banned in Toledo, Ohio. Just so you know. She's a very fine lady, nurse and everything from Toledo, Ohio. So I visit frequently. You just don't know I'm up in here. But look what they just said about you, Streeter.
Streeter sell out that little gene pool. And that's a villain right there. That's a villain right there. He one of the homies.
One of your homies just put you out there and call you a straight sellout because you sleeping with the snow bunnies.
Man, if you ain't never experienced it, don't knock it.
Hey, but is it like what they said is? You know, they say the white girls got cold coochie. Is it cold?
They got what? Cold? No. He said cold.
He said the coochie is cold.
No.
Like,
no, it ain't cold.
Like the sister.
That was William Jones told you that it was cold. Like.
Is it cold coochie?
Like salami? No, it ain't cold.
Really? So what's the difference between black coochie and white coochie?
They don't have there is no difference in the actual thing. You know what I'm saying? I think white women seem to be more comfortable in this world. Are they
loose or wetter?
They all the same to me. That's the person. It ain't got nothing to do with the coochie. It ain't got nothing to do with color, they pigment of skin. That's the person. I don't found cool white ones and I found some bad black ones.
I believe he lying too. He sound like he lying. Listen.
Yeah, it's not.
Do they get better head? Do they get better head?
No, man. I don't have some awesome black girls that get head. I think the white women are more docile, right? I think they're more comfortable in their skin in the world, so they don't have all the hangups. Like they don't care about giving head. It's not a stigma to them. It's not like you can't go back to somebody and be like, oh, she a chicken head. Remember that word? Because they don't care.
I know, right? Hey, listen. You see what the boys saying about you? The villains is really going in on you.
And
I'm not gonna get Streeter kicked out the house.
Right. You met my lady the other night, bro. Like, nah, they ain't that type. But she come sit right here on my lap. We had the same conversation. I run my house. I don't run around my house.
See that's what I'm saying. That's grown man. That's grown man shit there. Most people don't understand that. When you run your house, you can talk how you want to talk. You know, say what you want to say. Come in when you want to come in with no questions asked. Nobody questioning you. Nobody checking you for anything, and you just doing what you got to do, and you making it happen. And that's what it's all about. So what we doing today, Streeter? Who we talking about? How we gonna do it? What do you want to get into?
Let's talk about these Canes. Let's talk about these Canes at first, man.
Oh my God. I thought
first of all, real quick question. I
thought abortions were illegal in the state of Florida.
You thought they were illegal?
Illegal, correct. You want to talk about the hurricanes? I mean,
what you talking hurricanes with abortion, dog? You think real fast, and I got a deeper question for you. This year, real fast, successful year or not? Got me some hot tea right here, man. It's cold as hell outside. It's 40 degrees in Miami. If y'all ain't in Miami, we freezing down this month.
That's why you got to get a big girl. That's why I showed the big girl video.
Was a
successful year or not? Successful year or not? Okay. Successful year or not?
It's crazy. 10 wins. Last time we had 10 wins was 2017. Last time since then, only God knows when. I mean, he got the 10 wins. He was this close to 11 wins.
I'm gonna say this, right? I'm praying that it's a successful year because I don't want to be rolling up into Hard Rock Stadium in a wheelchair by the time we get close to the national championship or the playoff. Do I think it's going to be a successful year? No, I don't think it's going to be a successful year. Here's the reasons why. I think we're taking too long to hire a defensive coordinator.
This year that just left. Wait, let's get on it. This year that just left with Cam Ward, was it successful or was it not successful? This year that just passed.
That was not successful.
Talk to me.
I mean, most people all excited about 10 wins. You know, I said, and this is my philosophy, just my little philosophy.
Talk to me.
You know, that schedule was very, very easy. We know that. That schedule was super easy. So to win 10 games was easy. You should have won 12 games with that schedule. The other part of it is Cam came in late at the last minute. You were getting ready to go a different direction, obviously, with Emory and having him and Poppenberger compete for the job. You brought in Poppenberger because you didn't think you were going to get Cam. So the thing of that year was you would have had Emory playing, getting a year of experience, and now ready for his second year as a starter moving forward into this year. And this year would have, the upside would have been great. You got Cam, Martinez, and quite a few others. You forgot to go get defensive backs like the defensive coordinator asked you. You just totally neglected that department. Now you got Cam. You spent all this money into him, all this money into Martinez, all this money into the other pieces. You went all in. Now you had to win it all, or at least go to the playoffs, or nothing. Because this year it's a redo. It's a remodel this year. Coming into this year, because now you're back where you were before. You don't have a quarterback with no experience. You did not give Emory opportunity throughout the year to gain some experience. And when you brought him in the bowl game, unlike every other college team that brought the backup into the bowl game, they opened up the playbook for the gentleman. You did not do that. It looked like you had the same game plan for Emory that you had when he played against Florida State. So this kid, if I was him, I'd transfer to keep it 100. It makes no sense for Emory to be here because it's obvious that Shannon Dawson don't trust him. And so to throw him in against Notre Dame in the first game, which I don't think he'll be the quarterback, is mismanagement. So that's why I think last year was not a good year, because we didn't achieve the goals that we were supposed to achieve, and we went all in, and now we're in a rebuild. We're in a fucking rebuild, whether you believe it or not. It's not a total rebuild, but you're in a rebuild.
So you think last year was unsuccessful? You think Emory should transfer?
I think he should transfer.
That leaves them with.
It's obvious they don't have no faith in him.
Okay, so so you say that, but how do you explain them throwing him in versus Clemson as a true freshman?
They had no choice.
They had Ja'Cory Brown.
Injured?
They had Ja'Cory Brown.
They wasn't going to throw Ja'Cory Brown in there. You got to remember, a lot of these guys, Shannon Dawson didn't recruit. So these are not his type of quarterbacks. Automatically they had issues with Brown for whatever reasons. They didn't like him personally. I don't know what he did and how he did it, but they did not like him. He clearly outplayed, everybody but Cam Ward in the spring game. So I know you had some questions for the head coach on how they were treating Brown. And I didn't think they liked Brown at all. For whatever reason, I don't know. We're not down there on a regular basis. But again, they had no faith in him. So he did the right thing in transferring. I think he's in the same situation that Emory is in. And I think Emory can be a decent quarterback somewhere else. But it's not going to happen at the University of Miami. I don't see it happening. I'll be very surprised if he's a starting quarterback against Notre Dame.
Well, he's a starter right now. We got how many months? He's a starter. He's a starter. Luke Nickel just checked in there. I think yesterday or the day, Luke Nickel's coming to check in there. And Luke Nickel, a lot of people really high on Luke Nickel.
They were high on Emory. Everybody remember Emory? Everybody wanted Emory to play when TVD was playing the spring game. It was like Emory. We're in the state of Florida where marijuana is illegal, and you would think it's legal because all Canes fans are high on everybody when they're coming in. They're fucking they smoke the Charlies. They so damn high on everything and everybody. I've never heard a Cane fan say, "Oh, this dude trash that we getting in. Oh, he's the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, this is oh, Emory. Oh, Larry Bluestein said Emory was the best thing in the world. Oh, I like his ball. Oh, we don't like TVD. Woo, woo, woo. Let's get Emory in the game." All of a sudden, what? Shannon Dawson puts him in the game, and the playbook gets closed.
Right.
Which is understandable in the beginning of the year, but right now, come on. Either you developed the kid or you didn't.
You didn't. That's he's been there 2 years. Either you developed him or you didn't.
Exactly. Hasn't he been there the same amount of years Arch Manning has been there?
Yeah. I think that was the same class. Both been sitting for 2 years.
Have Arch Manning ever got in a game and they just closed the playbook?
Shit, he come in the game. Sometimes they run him, but no, we've seen him throw bombs and we've seen him with an open playbook.
Emory goes into the bowl game, 41 seconds left in the game. With 41 seconds left in the game, he's in the game the whole second half. He had only attempted 8 passes up until 41 seconds in the game. That's
in the half.
Still not trusting him.
Yeah. I heard Cam Ward wanted to come back in the game too. And I heard I heard it was saying that somebody told him it wasn't worth it. And it probably wasn't. I mean, you don't put Emory out there, so it's time. Let's see what he got. A part of me, like I told you, a part of me wanted to see him in that situation, Luke. A part of me, I was on that sideline, and it's a bowl game. 10, 11 wins, same shit. We missed the playoffs. We missed the ACC championship, same shit. A part of me wanted to see him in that situation. And I didn't like what I saw, but I also don't believe that you judge quarterbacks off of like 2 or 3 games. I think you got to wait till they get comfortable. So I got another question. For you, dog. Listen, now this is a little deeper. with all the talent in South Florida, in Dade and Broward, and with Florida, period, right? For Miami to have 2 10-win seasons in the last 15, 20 years, or for Miami to be mediocre and not win the ACC championship, right? Sometimes I say, Luke, that it's almost harder to do that, what they did, than to actually win an ACC championship. Like, it was almost like it's harder for them to be that bad with all of this talent that just surrounds the campus. That's miles, that's hundreds of miles, 300 miles, 200 miles away, right? 20 miles away. It's so much talent that for them to not be able to win an ACC championship, them not being good was harder to do than to actually win an ACC championship. It's almost as if it was self-inflicted somehow. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I clearly get what you're trying to say. And it brings me to mind, you know, I got these gloves here. I was looking at them, these gloves. You know these gloves? When you go into the doctor's office, and it's that time that he tells you to bend over, and he put the glove on, and he lubricates his hand.
I gave you the glove.
The gloves, yeah, these gloves, the doctor lubricates your finger, and he tells you to bend over. It's that time of year. We got to give you that checkup.
I'm about that age, though.
What, you lost?
I think I'm about that age. It's about that time for me.
Yeah. Well, you get that test, and you feel like you've been violated. I feel like the University of Miami, when the suits took over, when the Omaris and all the boosters took over and started saying what they need to get done in the program, that's when we became stuck on stupid. Everybody knows everything about sports. You got these lawyers with a bunch of money, people who are putting these invested in the University of Miami football. They got their little son, they got their little they go to the synagogue, and the priest tell them, and whoever tells them this should be the coach, and they fuck it up. They fucked it up. I'm just keep it a buck. They've screwed up a great program with great talent, surrounded around great talent, because they want people in the coaching in the position that looks like them, that looks like the guy that will marry their son. I'm sorry, not their son, but their daughter. And so they've screwed it up. They play like they go to these search firms to get a coach, and they're not really going to search firms. They're making those decisions in the back room, the boosters, and they get it all wrong. Yeah. They don't rely on the former players. They use Jonathan Vilma. He's a token. All he does is go back, report to the former players in their group chat. Oh, this is what we're saying. He goes and bullshit them because he goes up in the room as a spokesperson for the former players, and he just sits in there as a token and does nothing and don't even voice their opinion and their of what they want to get done. And that's in my humble opinion. Mm-hmm. And so they get it wrong. They consistently get the wrong coach on a consistent basis. You know, They had the opportunity to get Lane Kiffin. They didn't do that. They had the opportunity to get T. Martin, who right now has as an offensive coordinator, who right now has developed since he left USC after developing Sam Darnold, who's the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, two-time MVP Lamar Jackson, since he's been there at Baltimore. They screwed that up. Everybody has all these notions. They had 2 opportunities to get Lane Kiffin. They fucked that up because they don't like Lane. They're worried about personalities. It's not about personalities. It's about the individual who's going to get the job done. So these guys, these boosters who put the money in the program, don't know what the fuck they're doing. They control the athletic directors. They strong arm them, tell them, hey, look, if you don't do what I say do, I'm going to not give money to the program. And they are the ones who have fucked us up. They are the ones who have screwed this program over time and time again because they have no ideal. And I don't give a fuck who it is and who gets offended. 99% of the boosters at the University of Miami get it wrong and has gotten it wrong and has put us in this position where we have not won anything in a decade, over a decade.
Over a
they
decade.
ain't close to winning the damn ACC championship. I talked to the past AD, and I got to Texas when Mark Richt got fired, right?
Yeah.
Mark Richt got fired. I text Mark Richt, hey, coach, man, I know you don't want to do this no more. I know you want to give up on it. And, man, give us 2 years, man. If you come here, you know, give us 2 years. He was like, nah, man, I'm done. I'm going to chill. I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to lay it down. No, give your alma mater 2 years. You've been everywhere. You've been to Florida State. You've been at Georgia. Just rebuild this shit 2 years. Pass it over to somebody else. And he listened. The AD listened. He listened. Mark Richt came here. Obviously, Mark Richt, you know, that was the person who didn't hire T. Martin because he wanted his son. Mark Richt then decided that y'all ain't finna tell me what the fuck to do. I'm finna get out of Dodge. So then I'm like, yo, we did good with that. We went to the ACC championship. He's brought in, you know, built this place and did some things. And now we need to go to another level. I get on the phone with the athletic director again. Lane Kiffin told me himself, while at FAU, I will walk to Miami. Please get me the job over there. I get on the phone with the AD. Hey, man, Lane Kiffin will walk over here. It ain't about money. He's already getting paid from 3 different places right now. He wants this job. This is his dream job. He wants the job. And by the way, if you have any issues with any boosters, because we know the boosters play a big role in the shit show. Anybody want to leave? He has a booster and Boca that's willing to come and replace or match any monies that you may potentially lose because one of your jackass boosters want to bail out on the program.
Right.
He said, man, that sounds good. Let me run it by these people. Next thing you know, came back, Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz over Lane Kiffin?
Manny Diaz
over Lane Kiffin? Hold up, Luke.
You want to do with University of Miami? I say, fuck no.
Manny Diaz over Lane Kiffin?
Manny Diaz over Lane Kiffin. I got the text message for it. And when Manny was getting ready to get fired, same situation. What Manny did, Lane said, I want the job again. And they wouldn't even give Lane a fucking interview. And they hired Mario. But the thing, what I heard through the grapevine was they were not going to fire Manny unless they got Mario, because through the grapevine, this is always going to be a Cuban coach job.
Well, it's the more Cubans left. Who else?
That's what I heard through the grapevine. So we ain't gonna fire him unless Mario want to come, because we ain't letting no. I'm just saying, they passed up great coaches several times. They could have had Sarkisian. We could have easily had Sarkisian.
Sarkisian instead of who?
Instead of Manny.
So is it a money issue? It's not a money issue, right?
Nope. They stupid.
Yeah.
They want to think they know every fucking thing, but they
don't.
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that's when I sat back and looked at it. I was like, man, listen. Duke Johnson, Teddy Bridgewater, like it was harder for them to fail, to be mediocre being the University of Miami with the track record and where it sits at, actually win the ACC championship. SMU got to the championship this goddamn year. It ain't that hard, right? For them to not be able to succeed with the talent that sits around, like I started just believing that it was self-inflicted. I knew it was inside as I started really looking at it. Now you just explained it. I mean, Lane Kiffin would have been turned this thing around.
And Lane Kiffin was perfect for this program. Absolutely.
You told me that. I wanted Mario. You told me that.
It's us against the world. It's us against the world, man. You have to have a coach that ain't got no problem with going after motherfuckers. And Lane ain't had no. I always thought, and still to this day, he was the perfect fit. You know,
wow.
Because of who we are. Nobody loves us. Nobody cares nothing about University of Miami. They hate the University of Miami. Every rule has been created to stop the University of Miami. When they created the NIL, they came out to the University of Miami, investigated the University of Miami. You don't need to have millions. You don't need to have the same amount of money that Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, LSU. You don't need to have the same amount of money to recruit at Miami, NIL. You don't need to, because you know what we got? And I keep telling people keep talking about these facilities. You know that our best facility is the fucking palm trees in this weather. That's the best facility. Right? Do you have that in Tobacco Road? Nope. Do you have that in Columbus, Ohio? Nope. Do you have that in Austin? Nope. Do you have that in Lubbock, Texas, or Colorado? Nope. You don't have that. This is a fine ass woman with a fine ass dress on that's waiting to go out to the national championship every year. You can run into go to the 7-Eleven at the corner store and find a big time DB and a big time wide receiver and a big time running back and a linebacker that'll knock your head off and a safety that'll run you clean and slap the fuck over. Thanks. I mean, that's Miami, and to come here. A kid come here versus going to Tallahassee or Gainesville. Really? Really? A dog? Really? He gonna want to pick that over that? That's how we recruited years ago. I sit at the Marlin Hotel and they bring the recruits by and they stop by. Hey man, y'all gotta come holler at Unc. And then I'll be like, what's up, young fella? Where you come from? He said, man, I'm from Augusta, Georgia. Augusta, Georgia, you ain't never seen no shit like this down in Augusta, Georgia, baby. No, man, this is beautiful, right? Look at all these things walking around, all this beautiful stuff. You in paradise, son. You understand that? Yeah, man. Okay, so who else recruiting you? Man, Florida recruit me. Okay, Florida State recruit me. Alabama recruit me. I say, have you been on a trip there? Yeah, man. You had a good time, huh? Yeah, man. So you dated that one girl, the only fine girl in the school, or you went over to FAMU campus and saw some beautiful black girls, which you are not going to be able to go over there and holler at because fam ain't playing that shit. And so you saw that and you thought you was in paradise. You know that shit ain't but one street. Gainesville is a fucking trailer park. Tallahassee is Tennessee Street. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, you saw them bushes and shit. Try going there. So you thinking about going there for 4 years of your life over this shit here? Man, that's something to think about. You come here to play football.
With $20,000 a month in your pocket? Now it's worth not. Now you got money in your pocket.
That's before the money. Now you got some money that you can roll up in the club and you can roll up around the corner and you can see the rock stars and stars in the entertainment. You go to the Heat game, sit on court side in a big market where the Miami Dolphins is always looking for some players. I say, son, you're playing the same stadiums the Dolphins playing in. You want to go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, look at them trailer park looking ass white girls. The only thing you know is one or two things. You're going to come out there a football player or alcoholic. And they jump in the boat. These things don't happen no more. But again, look, Streeter, Miami is a beautiful house with beautiful furniture. They just need the right person to cut the lights on. I'm still hoping that Mario is that person to cut the lights on. I think they play a little too much politics with their players. They say they want to be like the old Miami, but the old Miami standards is we play the best 11. Every week you lose your job. If you fuck up in the game, next man up. Next man goes on the field, does his job. He stays out there, and you better be hungry enough to want to get your ass back out there and get another opportunity to go get your job back. That is Miami. That ain't no okay Sam Brown or whatever the fuck his name is came in because Shannon Dawson brought him in. He could drop all the fucking footballs, all he want to drop, and then he gets to stay in the game. The three could go out there and headbutt a motherfucker and get personal fouls. He gets to stay in the game. Some motherfucker get put on roller skates, D-tackle. He gets to stay in the game. That ain't Miami football. Some goddamn quarterback take outside on the boundary, get beat inside. No. Get your ass on this motherfucking bench. It'll get your mind right. Next man up. I'm sorry. If you got a uniform on, you're ready to play. All of y'all are big-time players. All of y'all were recruited by big-time programs. Why are you holding guys on the sideline not competing? Just about, you wouldn't have never heard of Frank Gore, Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, and none of that shit. One motherfucker get injured, next motherfucker go in. Shit, motherfuckers out there playing injured because they know the standards here. If you injured, ain't playing, next guy come up. That guy gonna take your job. If you do some dumb shit on the field, drop the ball, you might not see the field again in God knows how long. That is Miami football. It's not politics, Streeter. It's not because I'm paying you $400,000. I got to leave you on the field no matter what. You're going to drive this motherfucking truck off the highway. No. I got to worry about what these jackasses saying on Twitter Spaces. That's not Miami football.
Which has nothing to do with nothing, right? So if go ahead, you still going? Keep going. Go.
Until you get to that point, Streeter, that's what you start winning. It's real simple. Yeah.
Right. That's competition.
Kids born and raised that way. Let me be a star. You ain't recruiting ain't no slap dick on that roster. Everybody was wanted by somebody else. And you know what happens? Including me, including you. When you leave Miami, you get treated like royalty. When players leave Miami, because they have so much high regard for a Miami player, a Miami entertainer, a Miami celebrity, a Miami person in general. When you mosey your ass up to Tallahassee and you say, I'm from Miami, they have a different kind of fucking respect for you just when you walk in the building. And that's why you see so many players from South Florida go to these other schools, get on the field right now, and the coach don't hesitate in putting them out there if they're not in a starting position at that moment. Right. But for some reason, we got to play fucking politics with everybody. And then use these do-boys out here to send messages. We do more controlling the narrative, hiding the shit that we do other than coaching football and put the best players on the field. And when you pound the shit on the podium, they should be coming to this motherfucker. You need to really mean that.
Yeah.
Until
right.
At that point, it's all bullshit, Streeter. It's all bullshit.
So listen, if it's the people with the money, right? and obviously the money kind of controls certain people, controls the situation. If the people with the money is the problem, because I've met a lot of these guys. You're right. That a lot of times they're not football guys, right? How do you fix it then, Luke?
Let me tell you what people with money. People with money want to win. They want to win. People with money are invested in the program. When they make an investment, nobody makes an investment. It's almost like Elon Musk invested in Trump campaign. He's making an investment for a return. And a large part of these guys who are putting money into this program, paying the head coach salary, putting money in the NIL, they want to win. They want to win by all means necessary. So if you going about it thinking from the standpoint, if I'm the coach and I went and I had to sell these motherfuckers Stan Brown, and I told them he was the best thing since sliced bread, and I asked them for $400,000, and they gave it to me to give it to this dude here, and God damn it, we gotta put him out here by all means necessary. I gotta put TVD out here, regardless if he throwing that bitch to the wrong motherfucker all day. Because we told him he was the next best thing since sliced bread. And I know we got to go back and ask them for some money. And we've told them TVD was going to be a first-round draft pick. He was going to get us to the promised land and do all these things. So it's virtually impossible. If we sit this motherfucker, then they're going to make me look like a liar. I'm going to look like a liar, like I don't know what I'm doing. And then now I got to go back to these same people to get money. So I got to suffer this shit with the TV. I suffer this shit with certain players that we're paying all this fucking money to. And I no, you gotta have some cojones to say you gotta have some cojones to say, listen.
Cojones huevos.
Shit, if this motherfucker throwing the ball, so when he's throwing it to the wrong person and he ain't getting the job done, we gotta bring the next motherfucker in to win. They okay with that. Money people are okay with that because the ultimate result is they ain't stupid. They see that this dude throwing the ball to the wrong person. They see this dude dropping the ball. You got a case. And look, I had to put this dude on the bench. Yeah, we fucking judge this guy. He didn't do what the hell he did based on what his numbers and what he did previously and wherever else he was at. So y'all understand that for the sake of winning in the institution called the University of Miami and the program, we have to continuously put the best person out there. And I told y'all that when I was telling you I need this money for this dude here. I gave you his whole breakdown of what I thought he could be for this program here. We have a lot of successful guys that we brought in, but then, hey, look, guys, I told y'all, there's a possibility one of these motherfuckers might not grasp what we're doing. And so we got to be prepared for that. So you got to be honest. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. You got to be honest because it's all about winning. They want to see winning. They don't want to be sitting up here like this here with some other motherfucker playing in the Orange Bowl game. And we ain't made it to the SEC championship where we just spent all this money on Cam Ward and he getting ready to go get drafted #1 pick in the NFL. Now you got the second first round quarterback, and you got nothing to show for it. But the fact that you had this guy on your team, and one of these motherfuckers is getting ready to go to the playoffs. Really? You can only fuck the University of Miami up. But when you start doing fuckery and playing politics, it never works. You got teams on the park right now, and you know it, Streeter, that play politics, get a whole bunch of kids, but never win nothing.
Right.
Because they play politics. Oh, I'm going to bring Bobo over here and throw Momo on the bench and pay this motherfucker mama light bill. Meanwhile, Momo is going to run through a fucking wall for you. He's just as good as Bobo, but because Bobo was good on another team, you brought Bobo here. Bobo just here getting the motherfucking check.
Right.
He's lying to die. So you can't fuck up. You can't play politics with football. I'm sorry.
So you got to be honest with the boosters, right? It's kind of like when you meet a girl, right? Like, and she asks you that vaunted question, you dating other people? And most niggas just fail in that moment, right? Most dudes just fail in that moment. Be like, nah, I be home watching Netflix and at the gym. But nah, when you look at it, you be like, yeah, I date other women. I mean, you ain't the first woman I ever met in my life. And most dudes don't know how to be honest. Like, so you're saying you got to be honest with the boosters, right? You can't go in there acting like everybody you recruited is Randy Moss. Everybody you recruited is Cam Ward.
You got to be totally honest with them. You have to be totally honest with them. And the thing about them, even though I say most of them don't know a damn thing about football, and they think they know, and a lot of coaches make them feel like they do know something. You just sat around some of these money guys who want to be a part of the program. They just want to feel like they're running something. They get these ideas from their sons and their kids and their homeboys at the bar, or the guy who worked with them in the storage room and shit, and be like, yo, man, we need to look. And then at the end of the day, you done sold them the fact that this guy is coming to play, and you got to be honest with them. These guys are businessmen. They know when they make investments, there is a possibility that there's going to be a loss. That's straight business. Dudes who got that kind of money to make investments and take their money and put it into the University of Miami collectives, they understand. They know bus. We've seen a ton of buses get drafted by the Miami Dolphins on a regular basis in any other NFL team that people thought they were going to be great. Shit, you saw the quarterback leave Houston and go to Cleveland, and what the fuck? He gets a massage and he ain't got off he ain't did shit yet.
He ain't been right since.
He ain't been right since the massage. And maybe he need to go back and get a fucking massage. So these guys understand business 101, that there's a strong possibility that it might not pan out. But when you look at the numbers, like it's like a portfolio. If I take on another company and I'm going to buy this other company and merge this with my company, I'm looking at your books, and your books is showing, heavy profits. And if I bring you into this organization, we're going to then go over the top, and that's going to help our bottom line. So they understand it in that form. So a coach does not have to sit there and bullshit one of these businessmen when the shit go bad. And I thought that was going to go away when the statement was made after the TVD year that we would not be held hostage again by anybody or any player. And I was like, yes. Then the next year TVD comes in, we held hostage again.
Yeah, it's about wide receiver from Houston.
Who?
Little skinny dude from Houston. I said we held hostage by a wide receiver from Houston.
No, we was held hostage by TVD. Throwing them goddamn interceptions, and we kept him out on the field.
Yeah, and Mario, and they said it wouldn't happen again. Kobe Young stepped to the plate. They sent him away. That was their first warning shot. But then we got then Sam Brown comes in here and looks like the same thing, right?
See what they're saying? King say he want to be the next head coach.
Look for the next head coach.
What they need to do, King, is give me a bag and let me take Dennis Smith's job. Let me be the fucking general manager. Let him work up under me.
You want Dennis? You figure this out, dog?
Give me the fucking job of general manager and give me a bag. I'll fucking stop doing shows and I'll go down there and work for 2 years, get that motherfucker going. Hey, there'll be doors. I rearrange the entire recruiting department and how they recruit. Coaches coming in there, kids coming in. I'm gonna have a conversation with these motherfuckers before they go. Hey, look, this is who you like. Bring him in there. Let me have a conversation with him. I'm gonna check his motherfucking pulse. I'm gonna see if he really about that life. If you about flipping hats and all that bullshit, and when you come to the camp, you're gonna work out because you works out at Alabama and you work out at motherfucking Clemson. You work out at Georgia. You ain't finna ride around no goddamn golf cart around here and we gonna blow smoke up your ass, taking you to the fucking barbecue and all that. No, you gonna get your motherfucking ass out there with the other elite motherfuckers and you gonna get your ass to the workout. You
take a job. You take a job at Miami, Luke.
I take a job for 2 years. I stopped my touring and let my people run my goddamn music company and film company and stay and go there for 2 years.
Luke, you don't need Miami money. Why would you take a job in Miami?
Because I don't want to be in no fucking wheelchair going to the national championship. I like fixing shit that's fucked up. I want to see Mario win. I want to go sit up in there with my old ass and say, hey, look here, man. Let me take you around the corner to Versailles. And this is how we're going to do this shit. How we doing this shit right now? Let me look at what y'all doing. How you doing? Okay, we're going to evaluate every swinging dick in that motherfucker. Every motherfucker in there. Hey, look here, man. Every coach going to have a conversation. Backroom guy who working in the media department. The marketing department, y'all fired. Right? Y'all fired. Come on, Streeter. You coming up in this motherfucker. We finna get this shit popping. Dion is not going to beat us in marketing. We are marketing the University of Miami. When our fucking kids walk out them goddamn high style ass condos to come to practice, they're going to be coming out the building with the camera on them, getting in that motherfucking Lamborghini, riding to practice, coming in them palm trees, kissing their girlfriend goodbye. She going back in the room. Motherfucker, this is where you want to be. You think some motherfuckers gonna outmarket me? Fuck that. By the time it's time to recruit a dude, he already gonna be in the bag. And when he come there, hey, look here, man. It take real recognized real Streeter.
Real. Right.
Real recognized. We know real football players, and we know real niggas when we see them. We know what look. We done been around them. We know what they walk like, talk like, smell like. We done
seen them all. We done seen them all. Yeah.
But
we done seen them all. Yeah.
And then you got to have real coaches. I can't give you no dog, and you talking about, hey guys, you guys want to. What are we going to do? Today we're going to do this, guys. No. I need me a motherfucker like Coach CJ. Hey, man, this is what the fuck we going to do. Let me explain something to you motherfuckers in this room. Drop my football. Your ass will be coming to the bench because everybody in this room has the capability, including you goddamn walk-on, has the capabilities of going out in that field at any given time. Ain't nobody got no fucking job. It's called first group up in this bitch. And then coaches the same way.
What do you call it? The first?
Man, the first. And so I'm going to interview all the coaches. Hey, coaches, come on in. Head coaches, sit right on over here. Hey, man, so talk to me. Why you feel like you need to keep your job here? What the fuck did you do to keep your job here? How you coaching? What's happening with your room? Is your room undisciplined? Are you rotating? Are you developing? Who have you developed? Who you got ready to go next? I ain't asking about can't play. She can't play. So if I decide that we're gonna keep you, we're gonna keep you here. What should we expect from you? Because whatever you tell me is we're gonna get you fired. Because we're gonna have this conversation next year, boss. We're gonna have this conversation next year. I'm gonna write this shit down. What I expect, you're gonna develop Momo, Bobo, who in high school in Portal. Who are some of the guys that you want that fit what you're doing? That's gonna come up in and do. These are the guys that you like. Okay, all right. We're gonna write these motherfuckers down here. I'm gonna tell you these same motherfuckers you talking about now. This is the shit that's gonna get your ass fired. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Give it a buck. You can like me, or you can love me. Your job is to complete this shit hard and be the head coach of your position. If you can't get your job done, I'm going to fire you. Mario ain't going to fire you. I'm going to fire you. I'm going to tell you to get your shit and get the fuck out of here. Matter of fact, all you motherfuckers got a 1-year contract. Fuck this shit. You ain't got no 3 years. Y'all ain't gonna be eating off us. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't.
What do you say to people that say you can't do business like that no more? You can't treat the kids tough. The kids can get in the transfer portal. What do you say to people that say that?
They make excuses. It's all bullshit. You know top players. You think Jeremiah Smith gonna run from competition? Of all the years you know Jeremiah Smith, is he gonna run from competition? If I came in there and told him, hey Jeremiah, you're gonna be on that motherfucking bench. Now you come up here and show that you that man. I can guarantee you, if you that man, you conduct yourself, you work in the weight room, you do what you got to do, you do what you got to do in the classroom, you go and practice, and you mutt these motherfuckers, you outdo everybody in this room, your ass will play. And trust me, that's my word. But at the end of the day, you got to prove yourself. High school is over. I ain't promised you a motherfucking thing. You think he'll run from a competition, Streeter?
No, he wouldn't.
That tells you that answers the question. You got to get players that's on that believes in it, and you got to stay to your core values, because most of your players will stay in there if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right, they know this nigga out playing me. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I gotta step my shit up. And you got to constantly say that, hey, look, man, you got to compete wherever you go, whether you here or you someplace else, whether you the starter, somebody trying to get your job, and know that there's another man trying to get your job. You got to compete for everything. When you get a job, you're going to have to compete. You're going to have to compete for your girlfriend. You're going to have to negotiate with the fucking dealer for a car and a house and all that. This world is about competition. The people who got out the competing game, they are up under the bridge in overtime. They've totally gotten out of the game. They just say, fuck this rat race. I'm just going to sleep up under the bridge and get me a box, go to the Camilla's house and give me something to eat and go take my ass back up under the bridge. I'm not dealing with this no more. Life is about competition.
Straight up.
And kids are like that. And that's the thing that goes into interviewing these kids before you bring them in your program. Do you want kids that's going to compete, or you want kids who want something given to them? A lot of times people get these kids who want shit given to them, bring them into the program thinking that they could change them. You can't change a motherfucker, grown ass man. You done gave him this motherfucker $200,000. His coach at his high school babied him, because you went to this high school where they put titties in them out. You didn't go to the trap that developed these players and them hard coaches. You gotta know what trap you're going to get your merchandise from, Streeter.
Uh-huh.
You go to certain traps. They ain't used to, coaching hard.
You saying they just running away from it. They running away from the coaching hard. The players still want it. They just won't. They running away from it.
There are programs in the United States of America, high school coaches who coach hard and who have developed multiple first-round draft picks on top of first-round draft picks. Guys go in the league, guys play football at a very high level. That is where you need to go first. You don't need to go to the Hollywood schools who have not developed great college players and NFL players. You need to go find those coaches who coach like that, because 9 times out of 10, if that kid stays in that program, he's going to be held responsible and accountable. If you go get the 5-star motherfucker from bullshit school, or school with a bunch of 5 stars where there ain't no competition in practice, 9 times out of 10, you will get that kid from that program unless he's built a different way, and he's going to be sitting up in there, ain't going to have no work ethics. And when competition hit him, because he's competing against all these other big-time kids from around the country, he's going to cut and run. He's not going to pan out because he's not used to competing for anything because half the time the motherfucker don't even go to practice. He's sitting over by the cooler because he's so great, and the coach just babying him because he don't want him to transfer. And then he goes out there and he plays, he does his shit against the children of the blind. He looks great. And then you bring him into your program because you want everybody to say we got moo goo goo because he played on the big 7-on-7 team and it was sucking him off. He played at the high school and it was sucking him off. And then now he comes walking in your building and all this, and you ain't made him do nothing in the camp, and you just babying him and praising him. And then now when he get up in there, them grown-ass men, 22 years old in that locker room, saying, fuck that, young boy, you ain't finna take our job. Reality. Right. And he don't pan out. He hit a wall. He gets in the transfer portal. And you like 5-star Momo them got in the transfer portal and he didn't go in the goddamn
5-star Momo.
That's how that works, Streeter.
Yeah.
Go to the traps who coach hard. Find out what they got. First. Hey man, what you got over here, man? Shit, I need another one of these mother. Hey, look here. I'm going to Mother Georgia. Hey, Faison, what you got? Old school Faison sitting back like this here. Hey, man. Half of the motherfucker play for Georgia, play for Faison. Hey, man, you know I got to send him over to Georgia, but let's work out something here. Hey, got all the, hey, come on, man. And then you got to have some real coaches to coach these real guys, because if you expect them, you know, to be a certain standard, you can't have no bullshit coaches. No used car salesman.
Hard guy.
Coaches who gonna keep it a buck, who know their shit, who got a lot of people in the league, and who gonna coach their ass hard and say, look here, boss, this shit gonna be fair. It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be fair.
So you just believe that you can still coach the kids hard. You know what I'm saying? People are just running away from it. They just trying to get around it. Cause you coach kids. You coach kids. You got your team at Edison. You go hard on them.
I'm harder than motherfucker.
Do you lose them? Do you lose some of them?
I lose quite a few of them. They be in that transfer portal. I'll be laughing.
They be in the high school transfer portal.
Transfer portal going over here to that school over there. I'll be like, goodbye. I tell them from the word go. I say this shit ain't for everybody, boss. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I said it ain't for everybody. We're gonna work hard because we ain't got all the Jimmys and Joes like Chaminade and Central and Northwestern and Columbus and St. Thomas. We don't have but we're gonna be well coached, and you're gonna come up here and work. And that's why you're gonna be in a competitive game with them guys. They're gonna have all the glitz and the glamour and all the 5 stars and all that there. But at the end of the day, you're going to be well coached and you're going to be well prepared. And when you leave here, you're going to go into college. And when you get in that college, you're going to know how to work. You're going to get in that college, know how to work. The college coach is going to call back and say, man, hey, man, I appreciate this shit. This motherfucker work hard. And that's why they come to me all the time. They line up all the time. Every coach in America. They come post up, hey, Luke, what you got? And they know I ain't going to bullshit them. Because them kids is a reflection of me and my program. And I tell them that. I'm not going to lie to the coach.
Yeah.
So everybody can
go ahead.
Me. They know they can't make it. They go someplace else. You got a lot of coaches at big time programs around here that have won a lot of state championships. And coaches will tell you they don't want their players. And you got a lot of programs that have won a lot of state championships, and their players have not transitioned at the rate of the amount of championships they've won. So you got to think about it. Damn, you won a whole bunch of motherfuckers state championships. You had a whole bunch of 4, 5-star motherfuckers. Ain't too many motherfuckers in the league. Ain't too many motherfuckers killing that shit. in the NCAA? Think about it. Take a moment and think about it for a second. I ain't got to call no names. Y'all do the math. And then you got some that got less. And then you think about it. Think about those coaches and those players that you see. Oh, this one over here playing here. This one over here playing here. That one there playing there. This team here. This one playing over here. And you think about it. And then you'll see that it's the same DNA, the same mentality. They got it. And you say, fuck. Once upon a time, we went on a drought in South Florida. We ain't had no motherfucking body drafted. We weren't getting nobody drafted because we were converting ourselves, these guys converting themselves as coaches, or kissing these players' ass because they didn't want them to transfer. It was 2 years in a row. We went on a drought where we probably had one motherfucker drafted and maybe the next year 2 motherfuckers drafted. We weren't developing like we used to develop because we became ass kissers. And then the coaches start thinking about it and they start looking, okay, we can't get no players from him because his kids are undisciplined. How many programs have you seen where these guys go over here and then they end up coming home? That means they weren't coached hard at the school.
Right.
Or they went to, what happened to this motherfucker? What happened to this one? Well, what the fuck?
Right.
That's why I love it. I don't have no bunch of rings. Streeter, I got a bunch of motherfuckers in the NFL right now. I be sitting there with my popcorn. They call me up, hey, motherfucker, you got your ass whooped. Man, coach, I already know you was going to say that shit. But you see me intercept that ball and knock the shit out of that mother. Yeah. You see me get a sack, coach. Yeah. You see we got the dub. Yeah.
So hard coaching still exists. That's what you're saying.
What happened?
Hard coaching still exists. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
You got to get in there. I mean, because you're breeding men. They're men. I mean, you're coaching men. I mean, and I don't know how you could do it being soft with them. They always talk about Dungy, he was very light, spoke light, didn't curse a lot. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you're being soft with them. You could be stern with them. I just think a lot of people evade it because of especially now the transfer portal. Some of these kids are making more money than the coaches. Look, what would you say to a kid that looked at you and been like, man, what you tell? I make more money than you.
He ain't gonna tell me he make more money than me. I'm like, motherfucker, how much money I got in my bank account?
What would you do to a kid to tell you that? Because some of these kids making more money than that.
I'll be like, shit, I got more shit in my house worth more than the money you got in your fucking account. And then I'll go to breaking it down. Do you understand how they evaluate you is based on not what you got in the bank account, is when they add up all of your assets. That's what your value is. So don't give me that bullshit. So now you're gonna have to make this what you got in the bank, great start. But just think about it, son. You're going at a university. You're at a university, right? They're paying for your clothes, right? They're paying for your food, right? You don't have nothing. Put your money away, right? Okay. So now when you go live on your own, what you gonna have to do? You gonna have bills. You gonna have to buy the furniture. You got to buy the car. You got to pay the insurance. You got to pay the taxes and all that. So now your money is dwindling out. You're going to have to do all that there. So now your money is getting cut, boss. So now where you at right now? Where the fuck are you at right now? And then mama wants some shit because you all of a sudden a millionaire, which you're really not a millionaire. You're a $250,000 dude. Mama wants some shit. Daddy wants some shit. The park coach wants some shit in your handler, in your pockets. And the little white boy that you running around, he trying to get you to invest in bullshit. So then now you got $1 million in the books, but that shit really is $100,000. Oops. So now what the fuck are we talking about? That's old people shit.
No, that's a breakdown. I mean, but I'm sure that's going on. How much money a man make and kids being coached, I don't even see how that intersects with each other. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure that
you got no, it works together because it's called accountability, responsibility. It works together. You got Nolan shirt on right there.
Yeah.
Duke Johnson was able to lead the game and have a bunch of money.
Duke?
That guy right there. You know why? Because we represented him. He didn't go with the flashy white boys. Him and Devontae Freeman. And you know what we encouraged them? The ex and myself. 1, don't go have no bunch of children. 2, surround yourself with some good people. If the dudes fuck with you, using my mistakes. All my mistakes have costing me millions of dollars with the wrong type of dudes hanging around me. All these goddamn baby mamas and shit. All that costs money. That takes money out your pocket. Everybody is not capable of overcoming that. So I'm going to take my mistakes that I made of making my millions and the mistakes that I've made and the good things that I made, and I'm going to give it to you. So you don't make the same mistakes. So your generational wealth that you're getting paid because you're getting all your money, all the money you ever going to make, you're never going to make this amount of money again in your fucking life. They just give you all your shit up front because when you get my age, you want to hopefully have that money because certain amount of that money in your possession by making the right investments. Because in America, it's called what? You're an investment guy. It's called cost of living. Key word. So that translates into football. Football, this little money they gave you, bruh, NIL money, this ain't shit. You think you're going to have this? The cost of living is going to eat that shit up because you want to live a certain type of lifestyle.
Right.
So you better put that shit away. Scrap your shit up. Don't shoot no clubs up. Don't go buying all the bling, bling, bling. Don't go buying all the fancy cars. Let's go down to the car lot and tell the motherfuckers you're going to ride in this car here and they're going to give that bitch on an endorsement deal. And that's what the hell we going to do. That's how we going to do this here. And we're going to pocket all your money. And then when you make investments, you make sound investments. You don't give your money to the same investment firm that Drew Rosenhaus and one of them tell you to do because you're going to give it to them. Everybody getting kickbacks. No. Do sound investments. Don't get nobody power of attorney your shit. But it all starts in accountability and responsibility and teaching them at a high school level about the right type of girls to date. I tell my players right now. Hey,
what you telling about? What you telling about girls though?
I say y'all worrying about a GPA right now. Us grown motherfuckers worry about a FICO score. I say I ask a woman what a FICO score is because the FICO score is a reflection of who you are as a person. Are you irresponsible? If your FICO score is low, you're irresponsible. Right or wrong, Streeter?
Yes.
A man or a woman. If the girl in high school GPA is low, she's irresponsible. 2 point. Where you going with a 2.0? Both of y'all dummies. Come on, Streeter.
That's what you tell me.
You take that whole thing away that I made it because I got $1 million. You take that whole shit out the way. I made it because I'm in the NFL. No, you ain't making a motherfucking thing. You still got to work. And so the work ethics click in because you give them the harsh reality of what the world is all about. Letting them know that this just the beginning, son. That's what Leroy said. This is just the beginning.
Leroy. Shout out to the villain. Nah, bro, listen, man. I realized that maybe 3 years ago, bro, when I started Investor Die, that they was working they work really hard to get to the NFL and they get there. And I realized that they didn't know what to do with money. When I realized that keeping money and having money grow as a seed, like when I realized that damn, they was getting there and had no clue what to do with their money, and that's a whole nother problem. Because you don't work all this time, you done backpedal for 10 years, and like Coach Hayes said, your own OJT, own job training, you don't put all this time into football, and you finally walk across the stage and somebody hand you a couple $1 million. And honestly, the only thing you really know what to do is spend it. And the people that's sitting up there in those rooms have became really good at helping you lose it a lot of times. I'm not saying everybody's on that. So I created Investor Die, and I just said I was gonna always talk about investing and putting your money in certain things with football, because the more you don't talk about it, the more most of them just walk in there, and a lot of times their agent becomes their bank. Man, I remember a dude went first round, bro, and it was maybe a few months into his NFL career, and he kind of felt like he was working for the agent, like he owed the agent, because the agent had done fronted him so much money. You know what I'm saying? And now he got to pay it back, and now you're stuck into a contract with him until you pay it back, and he just felt like he was working for the agent. And it's only because they didn't understand money. They didn't understand taking stuff from people. So now, Luke, man, I mean, the understanding of money, bro, it's not really taught in the house. It's not taught in the schools. I mean, everything is kind of circled around you becoming an employee. You know what I'm saying? You working for people who own the businesses. But yeah, man, I kind of made it my job. Shout out to dude, man, from Africa, man. Shout out to dude. I kind of made it my job to kind of combine the two, man, and always talk about money's a seed. You got to get the money, you got to plant it, you got to grow the trees like a farmer. Like the first thing we want to do is just bargain with the seeds. We don't ever want to act like a farmer and plant the seeds in the ground and then grow the crop, and then you eat off the crop. First thing we do is we take the seeds and we take it to the car lot. We take it to the jewelry store. We take it to the strip club, and we bargain and we play with the seeds, and the next thing you know, you look up, you ain't got no more seeds. I mean, so it definitely a problem, and the reason you don't hear about it a lot is because of the pride that goes into it. Nobody wants to talk about they've had millions and millions of dollars, right? And now they're down to their last 200,000, trying to figure out how to pay their taxes. You don't really hear them stories because they got an image. They want to uphill. So, man, yeah, man, I realized that was a problem, Luke, man. I realized that, damn, you get there, you don't know what to do with money. Like, you might as well not got there.
You might as well not got there. But the thing is, well, I mean, we can have a whole nother show on these agents and how they screw these kids around, because everything is a money grab, and the whole idea is not for them to retire early, but for them to continue playing. And the only way I get you to continue playing is I help you lose all your money through bad investments where they're getting a kickback from, because you don't only get only time the guy who's doing your investments make money is when he makes a transaction. And then when he makes a transaction, him and the agent is getting money through the clubs, where the club promoter, they got the little runner, and they're getting a kickback by the guy going to the club, buying all the bottles. You go into the real estate, then the mama or auntie is the real estate person buying houses and shit, knowing that you're not going to be able to keep up with the house, and eventually you're going to lose it somewhere down the line. But you do have good credit, and you got enough money to put down on it and make the payments. But eventually, we could talk about that shit all day. Only the smart people understand it. That's why when me and my ex was representing these guys, our whole thing was making sure that these guys don't spend no game checks. Making sure these guys carry themselves in a responsible, respectful way. Putting them with people who are going to make the right investments, negotiating everything, and then not having power of attorney over their investments. And so, just like you say, you made a great statement. When these guys, you wonder why these guys are football players. I hate to be harsh about it, they're like girls. Football players are like gold diggers.
What?
You give them. They feel obligated to you. And so these agents give them, and then they be thinking that they really love them because he's giving me. No, dummy, he's giving you. That's the cost of business. He's trying to get your business. It's not that he's your friend. It's not that he loves you. He's trying to do business. So I tell him all the time, is he giving you a little brother? If he giving the guy on the corner, right. What makes you special than your little brother or your little sister in the house? What's the difference between you and them? You're a football player. You got something to offer. You got something that he wants. He wants your business. This is a business transaction. So a lot of these guys get caught up in, he loves me. That's like what the girls say. You be telling your daughter, this motherfucker don't love you. He's just trying to get between your legs. He buys me a purse. He buys me a car. He loves me. He cares. I don't want to, I feel loyal to him. No, it's a cost of business. He's doing business with you. And you be sitting up there like, and he's using you. And he's building up a damn, it's like going in that mini bar. Soon as you say, I want to leave him, and you realize one day you wake up and say, well, shit, he making more money than me, and he making more money than me, and marketing, and he doing this and all that. I want to leave this motherfucker. Then he give you a list like this here, a long-ass paper. Like when you check out of the hotel and you done hit that motherfucking mini bar, a whole bunch of bills. I flew your mama down here. I gave you some money. I did this, that hotel room. When I paid your child support and I get paid for the lawyer and all this and all. Whoa. And so now it becomes like Deshaun Jackson. Hey, bro, you got about we in debt $500,000. So now you want to leave to go to the other agent. You got to give me this $500,000 back first. You can leave. And the other agent will be like, I ain't finna get a motherfucker $500,000 that you, no, we ain't doing. And see, that's what them guys get jammed up. They think the people love them. Them people don't give a shit about them. They just want their business. And the wise win. The wise ones understand that, and they just do business. And then they got to keep you broke. In order for me to keep you out there playing, I got to keep you broke.
How does that keep happening over and over again? Like how does that? We were saying the same thing 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Bad representation. I can tell you them two dudes right now. And I don't rep no more players. Don't do no marketing for none. I don't know if the ex do. That's her business. But I can tell you them two dudes there who we rep together, them motherfuckers got a bunch of money in their pocket, and they own a lot of property down here, and they've made some great investments, and they don't want for nothing. They ain't sleep. They ain't riding around no homeboy cars because they knew when you go in the club, don't go in the club like these idiots taking your credit card, buying bottles and having 1,000 people going to the strip club, throwing all the money up people's ass. Nigga, you throwing your goddamn portfolio up somebody's ass. When you go in the club live, we're going to call up Mike Gardner and say, Mike, I got Friedman coming over here. He going to bring 8 dudes and give them the bottles, and Mike going to give them the bottles free. These other dummies going to go in the club, and they're going to buy 12 bottles and try to out-bottle the next dude. That's your portfolio you throwing away. And you got a whole bunch of dudes with you, you buying and drinking and all that. Then y'all end up in the hotel with the freaks and shit. And now you got to pay all the freaks. And then one freak says she got raped, and then you got to pay her off. Now you just had you a whole $50,000 night.
I was just about to say, how much that night worth?
$50,000. So me, the guys we represent, I break that shit down to them like that. Say, hold on, you want pot? You want pot? Okay, let's go. Get in the car, Uncle Luke, let's go. Well, you want pot? We gonna go out there, we ain't spending even motherfucking thing. Because you the prize.
Right.
You're the prize. And all the girls gonna come anyway because they're gonna see the bottles. You're the prize. You go get one of them. You ain't gonna do much one of them. You might have two of them in the bed. You better strap it up because ain't nobody want to invest in no guy that's got a whole bunch of kids and being irresponsible. Some young dude, irresponsible young dude. Ain't nobody want you sponsoring their product. Do you want them? Do you want to be on the back of the trucks, the Pepsi Cola truck in Atlanta, Georgia? They're not putting you on the back of the truck and you got multiple baby mamas. That's not happening. You right, coach. See, I listen, they don't.
Who you talking about? Freeman and Duke Johnson, right? A lot of people don't know you're talking about. You're talking about the two running backs, Freeman and Duke Johnson.
Them boys, man, look here, man. Hey, man, we ain't buying no car. We ain't buying nothing. We're going to go to the car lot. What kind of car you want? Okay, we're going to call the car lot. In the city you playing ball in, we're going to get the car. And we're going to have a car here. We're going to go to Warren Henry, who love us all to death. And Warren Henry, what you run, a Range Rover? Okay, Warren Henry, you're going to put you in a Range Rover. What the fuck are we doing? Every year you're going to trade it in and get another one. Come on, man. Ain't nobody supposed to be using no money. You a celebrity. You a celebrity. But those bullshit agents got that's not in they thing. They got to get a kickback. They need you to buy a car at the Cadillac place. They need you to buy that because that's the only way they're gonna get a kickback. They need you to use their financial advisor. That's how they're gonna get a kickback. They need you to go into the club with they runner and spend X amount of money. They're gonna get a kickback because that dude acting like a promoter. And all that go to that person, and then that gets kicked back to the runner, and the runner is then running more people to that agent, and it's a big circus, Streeter. That 3% ain't shit. They got to get money off of everything else that you spend your money. I need you to spend them $100 million that I negotiated for you, and when you spend that $100 million, I'm going to get a percentage of that. That is them people ideals. Good people. Good people like us? No, hell no. And then these idiots sitting up there, well, he loves me. What?
There are good agents.
Money when I was in college. No, he gave you money when you became a 5-star, when you got a draft grade, dummy. Did he give your roommate money? No. Because he's not me. Yeah, you're you because you have a draft grade and you're projected first round, third round player. And he's only going to give you third round money until you start becoming a first round. Then he's going to start giving you, he's just paying you. That's why I say it's equivalent to pimps. These agents are pimps and these players are hoes. And they get treated like not knowing that they're.
But there's some good agents out there, right? Look, there's some reputable agents out there. I just don't know how the players identify with who's who.
There are some good ones, but most of them are bad.
So listen, man, before we get up out of here, man, because I'm going to see old Jeremiah Smith play tomorrow night, big dog.
You going to?
Going to Texas, dog. Man, snowing like a mother, so y'all pray. I hope I make it. You know, snowing like a motherfucker out in Texas.
Where you going?
All across the country. Arlington, Texas. Going to see Ohio State versus Oklahoma.
Is it snowing in Dallas?
Yes.
Hey, look here. Like this.
What's up?
I want you to go out there, have your good time. Go out there, see the young man. Be proud. Take a deep breath. Be proud of the fact that you were there right in the beginning with him. And it's a beautiful thing that you were there to see him and support him because that's what's important. This young man being around people who was with him from the beginning and not these new jack people. And so, you know, you there, hopefully his high school coach there and the people who've been around him to see him play on this big stage and then hopefully play on the next big stage. And it's a beautiful thing, man.
They all have win. No, man.
To support that young man.
That's what his family's making it. That's what they're doing. His family's kind of making it their problem not to get the people who kind of assisted him. Like, I mean, his daddy and his mom gets all the credit. His daddy took him to training, bro. I saw it when he was 8, 9 years old, little skinny little kid. training everywhere with Sly, with Pearson, you know what I'm saying? But his dad's making it his job. It's to keep the people involved that has always been involved, that always put him on platforms, that always had his back, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people done been out there. But I'll be there, man. I mean, it's snowing like a mug, but I'll be there. But before we get out of here, bro, right? I'm gonna ask a question that keep coming up in the comment section. What would you tell Travis Hunter if you would tell him anything?
What would I tell Travis Hunter if I would tell him anything? I would tell him. I would tell him because it's obvious that it's you see kids who trying to find their way. He's a football player. He's not out there kid. I would tell him to keep his circle small. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about his girlfriend because we've seen that a lot of times. We've seen that, we've seen that profile. Right. And it don't kind of end well. This kid is a good kid. He's a good kid. He's a genuinely good kid. I hope and pray that this young lady don't turn out to be what the profile of what that looks like. I would tell him, just like I tell any of my young men, keep your circle small. Keep your circle small. Right. Mom, dad, girlfriend, put them on a budget. If anybody get outside of the budget, start a foundation. Let them work for the foundation. Take the money that you're going to send to Uncle Sam, put it in the foundation. Make them work for everything that they have. The girl, she got to go get a motherfucking job. Or she got to be running the foundation. Anybody that's got their hand out for money, they need to work for it. And the best way to do that is create a foundation and let them all work in some capacity, and they get a check from that based on the taxes that I'm sending. And then you don't owe nobody nothing. I'll tell them in a minute. You don't owe nobody nothing. Ain't nobody was shooting in the gym with you. Ain't nobody was running up and down that motherfucking field with you. When you got injured, you hurt on your own. You put in the hard, you don't owe nobody nothing. And learn this word here. This is the most difficult word it is to learn. Learn to say no. That is the hardest thing to do. No. That's the hardest word to learn. No. No. I'm not giving you money to buy a Bentley. No. I'm not buying you a house. I already bought you a house. No. I'm not remodeling your house every year. No. I'm not giving you no credit card to go run up and down the mall and buying all kind of shit and everything that you can't afford. No. You gotta that Streeter. It may be simple. That word no is hard as fuck to say. Because then they're gonna guilt trip you. Oh, you got it, you got this. You can't support everybody. You can't support everybody. Your family gonna be coming. Mike Urban said something real key to me many, many years ago. I said, Mike, you never come back to Miami. Mike said, do you know how many brothers and sisters and cousins and uncles and aunts I got? If I come back to Miami on a regular basis, I will be broke.
Damn.
And so I say this. He has to learn to say no. He's a humble kid. I can look at him and tell he's really young in the mind. He's a football player. When he said, I ain't know who the fuck Lil Wayne was, that told me a lot about him. When he said that on the podium, he said, my girlfriend introduced me to Lil Wayne. But then now, little girl, you can't introduce him to, you can't be the one that guiding him off a cliff. So you got to know when to say no. You got to know that everybody around you got to be putting in some fucking work. They got a job to do. Their job is not to leech off of you. You have a job. You're going to work every day. They need to go to work every day. They can't be sitting up on their ass, fucking sitting there waiting with their hands out every day. Fuck that. That is how you determine who loves you and who don't love you.
How?
Motherfucker doing this with their hand out, they don't love you. They're leeches. And so now everybody want to, okay, this and that and all that. Hey, look here, baby. You need to be the Travis Hunter Foundation. You're the fucking head person of it. Now you go make that shit do what it do. You go create golf tournaments. You go do this here. No, you young like me, you got shit to do. You can do the marketing.
Right.
You're gonna use your brains to do something too, other than sit there. Your brains ain't between your legs, baby. And now you make them put the work in.
And if they don't want to work, what if they don't want to work?
Then you got to cut loose. You got to cut the bait, cut the umbilical cord.
Simple as that.
You got to cut loose. If they don't want to work, that's see work. I remember when I made my first million, all my homeboys who I used to hang out with, man, I said, no, I got some work for you. I said, I know how to get rid of these motherfuckers. I got some work for you. I got the warehouse. I'm going to teach you how to be a marketer. I'm going to teach you how to work records. Now, if you want to work, I give you some money. But then you got to work because I can give you the money. My daddy always told this, and we can get out of here on this. My daddy always told you, I can give you $1 million right now. If you're broke in the brain, if you're broke in the mind, you will always be broke in the pockets. If you're rich in the mind, you can go broke 10 times. You're always going to get that money back because you're rich in the mind. You will always make money because you're creative. That's what you do. A broke-minded motherfucker will always be broke because they're broken. And I leave you with that, Streeter.
That's dope, though. Broken the mind.
Broke in the mind. You will always be broke in the pockets. All right, ladies and gentlemen. See you all later. I enjoyed it. Streeter, you have a great time out there in Dallas, in Texas. I used to go there all the time when I was married. That's where my ex is from. And I sing that song right now on the way out. All my exes.
How long you was married, though?
14 years. All my exes live in Texas. And Streeter is going. Well, them girls look real good, but they got long legs. There's a lot of good food there. They got that Southern hospitality. Don't get yourself roped in, Streeter. You got a beautiful woman at home. Hopefully she going with you. I'm saying a prayer for you. Streeter,
pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. 2 to 5 inches. You think I'm straight? 2 to 5 inches of snow.
No, you're not straight.
Oh, shit.
Dallas is not used to snow. Dallas ain't used to snow. No. That happened many years ago. I remember we went out there one time during Christmas time, and that thing was blizzard. It was a blizzard like that. They're not used to it. All right, Streeter, I'll see you later, man. I love you. Enjoy yourself.
Get up out of here. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.